Hey guys, welcome back to our Kennesaw State Dynasty. We've got a lot to unpack today. Looking at the top 25 rankings, after our last win, we are still somehow not ranked in the college football playoff. We are ranked in both the media poll at 20 and in the coaches poll. So, I mean, we're close. We're 21 in the coaches poll. We've got to be so close to getting ranked here, guys. But this week, we're playing Jacksonville State. This is a rematch and a game that we need to win. We are away, going to Jacksonville this time. And we need to get some revenge for last year when they beat us pretty handily. There was one thing, though, that they did not have to go up against last year. That's that number right there, number 22, Tavares Jones. He is one of the Heisman candidates. He's in third place right now. He's leading the entire college football in best running back award. I mean, this guy's going to come home with some hardware at the end of the year. He's up to almost 1,700 rushing yards and 17 touchdowns already. And there's still 4 games left to play, so we'll see. We should be able to get our first 2,000-yard rusher at some point during this season. Ethan Vasco, though, coming out this season, he's at the 22 touchdowns, only 4 picks, so he's playing a really, really clean game. Problem is, though, that we have to get the passing game going because we have a couple guys that want to transfer out if we don't get enough passing yards. And doing some quick math there, as we're going to try a jet touch on the first play of the game, and we're going to get a nice 7-yard gain. Though from doing some quick math, it shows that we seemingly need to throw for about 350 yards a game for the last 4 weeks to be able to keep some of these guys. So, and by some of these guys, it's really not that many. Ethan Vasco wants to leave. The thing is, he's a senior, so it's fine. He's not actually going to be able to leave. And apparently we just hit Benyard completely in the back. So, but we need to throw for 350 yards. And that one of the guys that wants to leave is Nathan Leacock, and he would be a huge loss if we were to lose him. Huge gain! Gabriel Benyard's going to break a tackle, and he's going to take this thing all the way to the house. A huge play for Gabriel Benyard. Having him out there as a receiver spot was fantastic for us, as he's just going to break the tackle on the corner out and take that thing to the house. A huge way to start this game against our rivals. Can we see a replay on that? Let's go, Gabe. Ethan Vasco got hit as he threw it, and it was a dime, and Gabriel Benyard really made that play happen. He got so many more yards after the catch when we really could have had basically just a toe tap out of bounds completion. And I mean, hey, that's going to help pretty significantly with getting to that 350 yards. We definitely need to get to that. Nathan Leacock is a sophomore, so it would be really upsetting if we were to lose him, since he is our number 1 receiver already and will be our number 1 receiver going down the stretch, considering that Christian Moss is a senior, Tykeem Wallace is a senior. I mean, we're losing quite a bit of guys. Defensively, we really don't have as much to talk about. It's more of offensive problems are what we need to fix at this point. Defensively, we just need more corners. We need to just more or less find that in the recruiting pool. We already have 1 4-star corner locked up. Should be ideally getting the second one locked up, as that's a huge TFL. Let's go, guys. Tamarius Walker's really, really being an animal here lately. I feel like we want to send a little bit of pressure. I don't want to send a ton. So we'll see if we can just do maybe like a... Oh my gosh. It's going to be that same thing as last time. These teams that like to call no huddle after you already pick your play. So it kind of messes up your alignment. As that is a great catch. I really thought that he dropped that. We're going to have to be aggressive then. We need to get a sack. And... 53, you're stuck. Thank you. All right, Ramonte Darty, thank you for coming back across the line of scrimmage, because that would have been real bad. As that is a huge TFL. Who got back there? I don't even know, but they're just going no huddle nonstop. So we'll go back to the blitz again. Might have to run straight out there. And going to make a nice little catch to the tight end. Gains a couple more yards, and they'll continue with their no huddle. I think we'll go into a cover 3 sky this time. Try to mix it up. Play press underneath. Get everybody going down here. And going to run the ball. Tamarius Walker's there, but he can't get him. It's going to be Danellis Johnson getting that stop. Huge play from Danellis. He has been making a name for himself here this season and last season. I mean, last season was really his breakout year. That's a crazy punt, though. They literally just downed us to 5. Well, we'll go back to running the ball. I don't know what's up with... Where's Tavares Jones? Not sure why Tavares is not on the field right now. Why is Gabe Benyard in here? Is it because we have Benyard as the 3rd down back? And I don't know. We'll get 2 yards, though, on the carry. Not sure what this is going to do. Let's see if this is terrible or good. Oh, Tavares, just so much speed. He's so much faster and shiftier than Gabe Benyard. Wow, that was crazy. Huge gain for him. We'll go back to the pass. Next play here. Going to just get rid of it right before the hit. Just had to hold on to that. I mean, they had some really, really nice coverage, and that makes it tough out here to get any sort of completion on it. Just going to throw the ball off to Tavares Jones. Gets a nice couple yards, and it's a 1st down again. Should be able to move over here towards one of these RPOs. Hits Bohannon with a nice couple yards as he gets a nice 4-yard completion. One of the plays we always got to use here against these guys is the read option, because Tavares, when he hits the hole, he hits it so quick he has a chance of being able to really take it for a large gain. But this looks perfect, as it looks like they're sending just about everybody. If we have enough time, we should be able to get this off. It is going to be complete. What a catch. Ethan Vasco threw that literally where only his receiver could get it. We tried to wait just long enough to be able to get it on the other side of the linebacker. He does. And now it's time for Tavares Jones to take this thing downfield. And he's going to be pushed out inside the red zone after a huge gain. Tavares Jones on the stretch runs are... It's such a lethal combination. And it's really, really a handful for these defenders to stick with these guys. Just makes it tough. Open man! Connor Finer, and it's a 1st down, and we're to 1st and goal. Moving down some of this stuff. Throws it in good defense from the linebacker to get there in time. He had his back turn. We're seeing if we could throw that thing back shoulder as he ran across and see if it would help him out a little bit. It does not, so we'll just run up the middle for a touchdown for Tavares Jones, and we're going up another score. As it is 14-0 Kennesaw State very early. A 95-yard drive is fantastic. We got to get this crowd out of the game. We'll kick it away. Not a very good kick out of that. And, oh my, another big collision after he kind of broke the last hit stick. Looks like they're starting to go pretty heavy here now. So we'll go with a nice little heavy set. Bring our guys up in the box a little bit more so we can shoot the gap, and they are just going to run into the pile of bodies and going to get about a yard. This is going to be the problem, though, is that whenever this happens, they're going to be basically forcing us to stay in this heavy set. And Darius Silas is going to get right there. It's no gain at all. A little bit of a TFL, if we're being honest. But I think it's worth a shot of being able to send another blitz. It's 3rd down. You know, send some pressure. We can't let them be comfortable. Place him outside. Gonna get the sack. Was that Garland Benyard? Yeah, Garland Benyard getting a sack. I don't think I've seen his name get a sack like that before. But this crowd is just absolutely stunned. Garland Benyard, I'm pretty sure he came in unblocked. Yeah, there was no one there. And they tried to get rid of it, but just could not get rid of it in time. As that is a massive sack. They're back to their own 8-yard line. And they're going to have to punt that away. Our defense came to play today. Tavares Jones, I don't know why he's returning, though, to be honest. Gets a little bit there, but we're going to edit that because I don't want that happening. Alright, so that has been effectively changed. Thank goodness. And we'll go back out on offense again. So right back to a passing situation. Can't get rid of it. That's a massive sack. Jeez, a huge, huge sack. As just nothing open. I mean, it would have been open a little bit later, but just not yet. Throws it deep, and just not enough air under it because that was open. That was for sure open. And it's going to be 3rd and long. Looks like we're going back to 4 verts again. 3rd and 24. Has a man open. Throws it, and it's caught for Bohannon. And he's all the way down to the 4-yard line. Ethan Vasco throws a laser to the crosser over the middle. And that is a huge, huge gain for Ethan Vasco and Blake Bohannon, as it sets him up 1st and goal. Hit him with a touch pass here to the outside. Gabriel Benyard in for a touchdown. And we have 21 points on the board very, very quickly. Defense is flying around the field, and offense is lethal right now with the pass game. We're trying to get to the 350 yards, so we're going to be kind of pushing a little bit more on the passing the ball situation because we really don't want to lose our star. A huge hit again. That kick returner is just getting leveled today. I think we'll try a little bit different blitz this time. Try to have 4 down linemen for it. And looks like they're going to run the ball yet again. And they get about 3 yards on it. Defense just really playing okay against the run right now. It's more the pass that I'm afraid of. And so far, it's been okay. But he is not down yet somehow. And finally bring him down. Let's call a blitz though. Let's send the pressure again because they are just not learning apparently. They're just going to run the ball nonstop. Looks like play action though, and that really got Sidney Porter. He was fooled real bad on that one. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Can we change it in time? Yeah, we'll go to cover 1. Try to do that. And it is a run. And they're just going to gang tackle him. 4 yards, about all they're getting right now. They're just dinking and dunking down the field. The problem is their no huddle offense is going to give us a lot of possessions. And their defense needs to tighten up if they're going to be giving us that many possessions. Because right now, it's been really good for us as we've been putting up points quick. Real quick. 3rd down and 3. Changing around what the play looks like. Going to throw the ball. It's caught. It's a nice play on the drag as there's just nobody there. And gets a huge gain to set them up in our territory. But we're up 21-0 at the end of the 1st quarter. Well, I guess that means it's time to send an even more powerful blitz at them and see if that does anything. It clearly doesn't as they just get even more yards on it. We're going to come in a little bit here with our cover 3. Drop everybody down. Just another run up the middle. It's 3rd and inches. I guess we got to go back to the blitz. See if we can move some guys around a little bit. It's not who I exactly wanted to be. It is not play action. Really felt like it was play action, but it was not. Totally had us fooled there. And yeah, right now, not much work in here. We're going to play underneath on this. So we imagine it's a run. It is a run. And somehow they don't get in. I really don't know how they did not get in there. Like, that kind of surprises me that they somehow didn't get in. Going to, oh, and he just couldn't get the tackle. Broke the tackle, and they're in for a touchdown. Their no huddle offense is a problem right now because our defense must be gassed. We have nothing, no answers whatsoever as they just drive right down the field and score that touchdown. Jet touch pass was a solid idea for Brock, as he just had pretty much a decently open lane. I think Tatum Tuoti was the man there trying to get the stop. Just no match for him. Ends up just basically running into him and scores a free touchdown. So 81 yards in 2.5 minutes. And it's back to our ball again. Can Ethan Vasco drive us down the field and score another touchdown? We'll see. Tykeem Wallace first gets a return, though. And he hasn't had a kick return in a while. So we'll see what happens, though. I think the plan should be here to try a little play action. I mean, it's something we haven't really tried in a bit. And this kind of looks like it could be a blitz. Going to just throw it off. Gets the completion and gets a first down. We'll take that any day of the week. We'll take that little pitch and catch. Now we have to see what we want to do in the next possession. I like the little out combo with that on that one side. Should be able to hit him over the top. It's so underthrown, it's not even funny. He really had a touchdown. Really had a touchdown, just totally messed it up. And that is not what you want to see. Not at all what you want to see. That really could have been so much better. But we'll drop back here, throws it, and it's another complete pass. Connor Finer gets us up over 200 yards so far passing the ball. We'll try to go back to the ground here with a little read option play. Going to run the ball to Tavares Jones. He goes up the middle, gets 6 yards. Pretty solid, pretty solid. He's still averaging about 10 yards a carry on the season, which is absolutely absurd. Gonna throw that, and he just kind of put a little bit too much steam under it. Could have been so much better than it really was on that one. It's gonna bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation. And I don't like how much they're pressing Nathan Leacock. I'd love if he could just get a free release. But we're just going to take the first down because it's free. They gave it right to us. We will take it. Christian Moss just gets the catch, falls to the ground, and keeps the chains moving. We'll go back to the ground and move the ball. Tavares Jones has some speed, and he's going to take this thing for a touchdown. Another touchdown for Tavares Jones, his 2nd of the day, I believe. Might even be more than that, but yeah, I think it was 2. But another touchdown for him pushes him up to, I believe, 19 touchdowns on the year. Yeah, he's just going off. I mean, even when we're not even trying to run the ball, we still have 97 rushing yards with him on 7 carries. Well, here we go again on defense. Gonna throw that one, and it's gonna be right to Jam Warren. Gets a pick. And Jim is going to get a nice little return to midfield. It just was a terrible choice for their quarterback to just loft that one up right into the middle of our deep safety in cover 3. They tried to beat him over the top on that post, and it was just not happening. Jam Warren had that thing read like a book. He's been really, really picking up his play lately in pass coverage. He's been kind of locked down and been someone that we can kind of rely on pretty well in coverage. So I've been really enjoying that. Sad to say he's a senior, though. But we'll be back on the running again, and Tavares Jones finds that little crease and gets himself up over 100 yards on the day. 2nd down now. Going to throw that one deep, and he just didn't get enough air under it. He really had an open guy on that. Just kind of super unfortunate. He's been making some good plays, but sometimes he just makes those plays that you're like, really? But this time we'll just take the safe route again. Hits Blake Bohannon, get the first down, and keep the chains moving. I feel like this one here could be solid to Carson Kent. Just depends on if we have enough blocking for it. I feel like we need a different route combo on the other side. We'll have that as a little clear out. Can take our drag underneath. And Connor Finer's going to get a nice 7 yards. We'll go back to the ground game. They might be blitzing, though. This might be a solid choice to switch up the play and send one of our guys a little bit deeper. Oh no, that is just real errant pass. We should have just thrown that out of bounds. Just not making the good read on that one. We gotta be safer. You know, if we're gonna be trying to pass the ball, we can't be allowing quick turnovers or stupid mistakes. That's really what's gonna be the drive killers for us. And he holds on to that. Oh my. That was the pass was there, but it was not a great pass for a receiver. I mean, he just threw that right into harm's way. And this time, Tavares will get another 6 yards on the carry. Trying to just continue to keep moving the chains. Again, looks like they're probably blitzing. Going to spin and still lose 2 yards. Just not a great play set up there. So we'll see what we can do here on 3rd down and 6. Need a couple yards to pick it up. Gonna have an open guy. He gets the catch. We thought it was gonna be more of an errant pass, so we had to just go with the secure catch. We get the catch, and it's 1st and goal. So we'll see what happens on this possession. We're gonna try to do a little trickery here. Can we get it? We can't. Just throw the ball away. Be safe with it. Let's not turn the ball over. And we'll go goal line. I think what we're going to do is move to the left side instead. We'll let Juan Kindred lower the shoulder and see if he can just power his way in. Gets his way to the 2-yard line. Still not enough. This FL drive, though, looks pretty promising, especially if it uses that as a clear out for Carson Kent to just get straight for free out there. He does, and he's going to hold on to it. It's a touchdown to Carson Kent. That we love that. It was man coverage, and they used it as kind of like a natural pick to get that guy a free release and get him the 2 yards he needed to for the touchdown. So we're up 35-7 here with just under 3 minutes of play here at the half. We've been playing a pretty sound game, I think. We've had a couple passes that were a little sketchy that we kind of need to calm down on those. But other than that, we've been playing a pretty clean game. Just under 250 passing yards before the half. That's a great start. That's a very, very great start. And if we can continue that, that would be amazing. 1st and 10. I mean, are they going to go back to the ground? They are going to go back to the ground. Tamarius Walker just says absolutely not. Another TFL. And it's 2nd down now. And 10. They're going to run with the QB. And he is going to get so many yards. Apparently, we're going to need a spy because Tashawn Smoot just absolutely runs around like crazy out there on us. So we'll throw a spy out there so that we can have somebody. But a good run. A real good run. 8-yard gain. Go back to cover 4. Try to move him over a little bit. So we have some extra help. Going to get a read option and just great awareness for Donovan Westmoreland to get that tackle for a loss. Was not fooled at all on the option play. And he was able to keep his composure and do the right thing. We'll see on the next one. He threw that into double coverage and gets the completion. What a dot from Tashawn Smoot. He threw that right where he needed to. I mean, you can't even ask for a better pass in that situation from the quarterback. I don't know about the decision making, but the pass was solid. Wow, what a catch. Jericho Washington really had a good jump on that ball too, but he was able to hold on to it. 2nd down and 5. Throws that thing deep to the end zone. And he didn't get the foot in. Oh, he had it for sure. But did not get the foot in. That is not what you want to see. Whew. All right. Well, they'll throw, and he'll get another nice completion. Just a nice, like, 3-yard curl. Just really doing what needs to be done from that. Oh, It's not what you want to see defensively. Can we do something to hold them out here? They're going to throw it, and that's a duck, but it's right to where it needs to be, and it gets another first down. We need to blitz. We need to do something to get this man out of his rhythm because he's getting into a rhythm. They're starting to chew clock on us because of it. And it's going to be, he breaks a tackle. Oh, he had the open man, and he missed him. Oh, he had the open man. Oh, wow, that could have been a touchdown had he have thrown a slightly better pass. That is just great job on the smoke screen. It's a touchdown for Jared Bowie, and they are on the board. 14 points for Jack State here. 40 seconds left in the half. Did they give us too much time, though? Are we going to be able to get down the field and put up points? That's the goal. If we could do that, that would be real solid. Tykeem Wallace. Oh, they did not hold the block, so we're going to have a little bit of a ways to go. So 1st and 10. Going with the 4 verts again. Throws it, and it's right in stride to Blake Bohannon. I think we're going to no huddle it. I feel like I like our play against that formation. We don't have anybody over the slot guy. That puts us in a great spot. It's an open man, and Gabriel Benyard is going to take it into the house for a touchdown. Gabriel Benyard with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Ethan Vasco threw it right on the money. And it is another touchdown for us. He's got 300 yards passing here, and it's not even halftime yet. He is just going off today. Gabriel Benyard had so much separation over that corner that it was not even close. He was just able to hit him in stride, and that is another touchdown on the board. Yeah, he's got 325 passing yards here at half. So we're in a great position to be able to have our 350 for the game. I think we might as well stretch it, try to get a little bit more, and then just pound the rock for pretty much the rest of the game. We need to get Tavares a little bit more rushing yards too. I know he's already over 100, so that's ideal. Well, we got a lot of mouths to feed here in this Kennesaw team. A lot of mouths to feed, so we got to see what we can do to facilitate it. And that is just another, oh, those curls. Those 3-yard curls are just always open. Always open. 2nd and 5. Throws that one, and that's a nice little out route. He breaks a tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds at midfield. I mean, they actually kind of have enough time to potentially get something out of this. I'm going to go outside contain to see if we can funnel some people back inside. And that's another 6 yards. It's not quite field goal range, but we're pretty close here. We are pretty close to field goal range at this point. That is a quick throw. Trying to draw some time down. Jacksonville State calls a timeout. They're aiming for a field goal here. This is interesting. I feel like we're going to call a timeout either way. They might have the leg for this. It'll be close. Really might have the leg for it. I mean, it's a small school though, so it should not be a gimme. This is quite the field goal. It is up, and he just missed it to the right side. So they really could have put up some points, but that is a rip to him for Mr. Ripa. Just missing that thing to the right side, and at half, it's a dominating fashion, 42-14. We are taking it to them. 4 passing touchdowns for Ethan Vasco and 325 passing yards at the half. We have more completion. We have as many completions as they have pass attempts. Tavares Jones also making some big plays in the run game. He's up over 100 yards also. I mean, boys, we are hungry. We need to be ranked. We're playing some good ball. Sitting here in a position that we could have been ranked for so many weeks now. Getting snubbed. It is time for us to show out. It is time for us to get ranked. time for that to happen. We're going with a blitz. We got to set the tone early. Setting the tone, and we're not rolling over. We are going to be there, and that is going to be a gain of 6. Unfortunate that the blitz was everywhere that we weren't. We blitzed from the left side, and he ran to the right. So just not exactly what we were going for, but second down now. And 4, and it's just another about 5-yard gain. It's just always nice and consistent. Couple yards for him. 1st and 10. Throws it, and it's going to be intercepted. Jericho Washington is going to take it all the way to the house for a pick 6. Jericho Washington gets his 7th interception of the season, and it's a pick 6. Wow, that was amazing. I didn't even get a chance to play underneath yet, and he still got the pick that way. They saw the blitz coming, and he tried to hit the curl route one too many times, and Jericho knows better and takes it to the house. This is one of these games where it's a rivalry game. We gotta assert our dominance on our rivals. You know, we don't put the backups in this early yet. You know, we gotta keep taking it to them. We're not gonna let them just claw back into this game because we ended up taking out some starters early. We gotta take it to them a little bit more than that. We'll play a little bit longer. Then we'll put in some backups. That was a tight window throw. Tatum's Wody was literally right there. But 2nd and 6 after the short little pickup. I think this is one that we can play underneath this time and see if we can get him to mess up from it. And breaks a tackle though. Wow, he's gonna take that. I didn't think he was gonna have the speed for it, but insane play. Breaking tackles and just what it looked like a gain of nothing ends up being like a 60-yard run for a touchdown from Savage. I mean, that was a savage play from him, just tearing apart our defense. I don't even know if I want to look at this again. Just as savage. Like, the cut move first off was filthy. Breaks the tackle and then just takes it to the crib. Just so much faster than everybody else. Don't know how I like this. This looks a little much like something could go wrong here. Tavares Jones, though, getting a nice carry. Gets a good spin move, and he gets upfield for like a 20-yard gain. That looked like it could have been so much worse. Instead, it ends up being a fantastic run for Tavares. I should know that anytime you give the ball to Tavares Jones, it's just the best decision you could do, as it just always seems to work out in their favor. That could be great, but he just missed him. That was a touchdown, pretty much for sure. Had a great opportunity, just couldn't do it. And it's, yeah, back to the drawing board on 2nd down. We have not tried a screen pass yet, though, so we're going to try one of those, as it could be great. Gets the pass off, and Tavares Jones has got some speed towards the outside. Breaks a tackle, and he's finally taken down. We're up to 349 yards passing on the day for Ethan Vasco. I feel like this one is an opportunity for something nice here. On 1st and 10, got a wide open man. Gabriel Benyard makes a man miss in space, and it's a touchdown. And he gets his 3rd touchdown of the day. Gabriel Benyard just literally reviving himself. Going back to last year's Gabriel Benyard being our workhorse. He has really revitalized himself in this game. I don't know if it's just because he's fresher than half the rest of the team, but he is absolutely on a mission today. This little cut was filthy on that safety. He didn't know where he was going. He needed a map. All right. Well, so after that massive play, running the ball, we're back on it again. And we need to slow this man down. He's got 122 rushing yards on 9 carries. This guy's looking out here like Tavares Jones. And there's only one Tavares Jones, and it's not Mr. Justice Savage. As they're just going to continue to hand the ball off to this man. 3rd and 3. What do you know? It's actually not that play. That is terrible. It's going to be picked off from Jam Warren, and that could be a pick 6. It's not quite a pick 6, but what a horrifying throw. He threw that into double coverage, and the route was already over. There was no shot yeah, exactly, guys. Like that, there was no shot that was actually going to be a complete pass. I don't know if he just panicked. Yeah, he just did a 180 and threw that into double coverage. It was almost borderline triple coverage for how many people were over there. And Jam Warren's just going to get the benefit of it again, getting another interception. He's having so many picks lately. We'll try the same thing again. It looks kind of like zone coverage this time, so it might not be as good. But we will be able to get the quick pass off to Nathan Leacock. He's going to get a couple yards. Gets us to 2nd and 3 and puts us in territory here for the jet touch pass. Can we get the score off of it? Oh, he tried to cut up field. He gets to the 1. Getting to the 1. It's time for a halfback dive. Can we get Tavares the touchdown? Going to not get it. It's 4th and 2. Apparently the coach wants us to go for it, so there's only one thing we can do. Something we haven't done yet, the good old power option. We just do an immediate pitch. Oh, that was a fake pitch. He ended up pitching it somehow. The speed is not quite going to get there, though. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what happened. But apparently somehow it thought that I double tapped it or something. But Ethan Vasco went with a fake pitch while standing still. And then was being hit and somehow gets rid of that pass. Somehow gets rid of it. And Tavares even breaks a tackle anyway. He almost ended up making that work out. That is insane. That's a terrible play and should never be done again. But hey, I don't think it worked out. But it wasn't the worst thing it could have been. It could have definitely been the scoop and score for a horrible, horrible play. But instead, it's just a turnover on downs. I know I say just a turnover on downs, but it's a turnover on downs, and it's time for them to take over. That is going to be a safety! Donovan Westmoreland just gets straight in there. We didn't even call a blitz. He just absolutely demolished that tackle. And gets in there for the safety. Oh no, he came in free. I don't know why he came in free, but he came in free. Gets the safety. And we're going to get another chance to score again, I guess. And apparently gets that off the hop. Well, that's actually an insane recovery. I think we try the power option again. I know we literally just did it, but I think we try it again. It's not a 2-point conversion. Let's actually get the pitch off. So there's a pitch to Tavares Jones. Yeah, he's got some nice speed. And he's going to try to make a man miss. Doesn't quite, but he's up over 150 yards on the day for Tavares Jones. Just really having himself a very, very solid outing. Can we get a better post route for Finer? Yeah, okay. I want something along those lines. See if we can more or less split the post here. Oh, he might have had him, but the blitz was a little too strong for us. Just couldn't do much about it. It's going to bring up 2nd and long. Have ourselves in a deep, deep territory now. Throws it to Connor Finer, gets the completion, and he's going to fall down for a first down. Really just throwing some dimes right now. Can we bring Connor's route down and maybe do a smoke screen over here? Really put this corner in some distress. What a throw. Connor Finer with a touchdown. Ethan Vasco's feeling it right now. Absolutely feeling it right now. That play was immaculate. I don't know if he ended up getting his feet in. They did. They allow him to get his feet in on it, and it's another touchdown for Ethan. That's his 6th touchdown of the day. He's just absolutely lighting it up right now. Over 400 yards passing. And he's just been getting better and better and better as we go along. And, yeah. Oh, my goodness. That kick returner is going to need the ice bath of his life after the end of this game. He has been absolutely laid. Oh. All right, well, see what happens on defense this time again. Another run. Who would have guessed? Savage is getting another carry. They'll go back to man coverage now, it looks like this time. Or I'm going back to man coverage this time. Hopefully they end up throwing it. They do throw it, but they get the completion. It's 3rd and short. So we'll go back to a little bit of a blitz. We'll try to mix it up a little bit. I think we can play underneath this time since we imagine it's going to be something short. And what a hit. Baron Hobson just said, "Not today, sir," and sat him down. 4th and 3. They're gonna punt it away. Back to Tykeem Wallace, who gets a chance to return this. And, yeah, block didn't hold up very well, so not much. Not much. We'll go back to the ground. Once we get to the 4th quarter is when I think we'll have to start kind of chewing some clock here. But that's a good run up the middle. Wow, he was one guy to beat away from really taking that thing for a long, long run. He's up to 170 yards on the day. Oh, that could be picked. It's going to be intercepted. That's an excellent play from the linebacker. I didn't think he was going to be able to get there in time, but he really did. He looked like he was starting to turn his hips, so I tried to throw it quick. Just a terrible effort there. That was not a pass that we want to be throwing. Not a good one at all. I think that's I think that's his 5th interception of the season. He's had a handful of ugly picks in this season. I mean, at least he's not throwing a ton of them, but the ones he is throwing, they are not pretty ones. I can tell you that much. They're not. So 1st and 10 again. Throws that one to Gabriel Benyard, and that's wide open. Is he fast enough to take that again? He breaks a tackle, and he's all the way down to the 11-yard line. He has 5 catches for 221 yards. Gabriel Benyard is absolutely a man on a mission right now. I don't even know what to say for that. And he has 4 touchdowns. That was the first catch he's had this game that did not result in a touchdown, which is actually even more crazy. Nathan Leacock now has a touchdown, as that's a 7th touchdown for Ethan Vasco, and he's at 500 passing yards on the day. Absolutely ridiculous. We're up to 72 points on Jack State. We are absolutely taking it to our rivals. So 1st and 10 again. Throw that one into basically triple coverage. I mean, I don't know what that is, but somehow that is a complete catch. Not sure how I feel about it, but it is a complete catch. I'm going to go pass commit this time, since there's literally nobody there. And that's an insane catch, and they're just going right into the injury tent. So hopefully they're both okay. This might mess up the zone coverage here. And it might, but it's going to end up being a pick. Jericho Washington gets a pick. And he reverses field. Jericho Washington is going to end up taking this thing all the way to the end zone for his 2nd pick 6 of the game. That's right. Tell him to go to sleep. Oh my goodness. Jericho Washington is having himself a season. 8 interceptions for Jericho Washington. I think that ties our Kennesaw State record for most picks in a season. He needs 1 interception in the next 3 games to be able to claim that as his own. Just an excellent individual play. I mean, we just have so many interceptions on this team. It's not even fair. Oh, that's wide open. Oh, so glad he stepped out of bounds. That would have been like a 30-yard gain. That is not at all what you want to be looking at there. Whew, that was close to being real bad. Gonna run the ball, and another good gain at just breaking tackles for this running back. He's taking a lot of punishment, though. breaking all these tackles. 1st and 10. Going to pretty much try to run out this quarter. They're throwing it deep again. He's going to beat him this time, and it is a touchdown. He finally put enough arrow on it, and it's just a huge bomb over the top. Jack State puts some more points up on the board. It's 35-79. Like, there's a lot of points being scored in this game. If you like offense, this is the game. If you like defense, I'm sorry. All right, 1st and 10 then. Just going to have to get rid of it. Not much there. We need to go back to the run plays. Or we'll try a screen first. Let's try a screen. We haven't done one in a hot minute. Get the ball out in the flat. Get him some space. Tavares Jones getting a nice little catch and run. We're going to end up taking that to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we're going to some chew clock now. Don't want to be continuing this forever. See if we can just get a nice little short completion. Tries to just get rid of it. The pressure was a little too intense, and it is just going to be a punt. So 1st punt of the game, I believe, as we've really been just non-stop scoring. But we'll get the punt away. Excellent punt block coverage from their team, because he had so much time to be able to recover that. But we're going to get him down at the 25-yard line. All right, let's try not to get beat over the top again, guys. That is going to be an interception, and Tyler Holland's going to get a pick 6. Another pick 6 for this defense. Unbelievable. This quarterback needs to get out of here because he is not playing right. Just waiting way too long to throw these curl routes. 3-yard curls are not going to get you back into the game, sir. I mean, we've scored, what, 21 points at least on defense? And Jam Warren had a pick that was almost a pick 6. I mean, we almost scored 28 points off of pick 6s in this game. That's tough to win if you're doing that on offense. If you're allowing them that many points from literally offensive turnovers, it's not going well for you. I'll just tell you that much. Going to have a guy open, actually. Threw that right over the zone. Probably should have left the original zone. I tried to do an underneath zone, thinking they might try to just get rid of it a little quick. They do not get rid of it quick. And now they get rid of it quick as they're going to get another 7 yards. See, I guess now is when we blitz. I mean, we assume it's probably a pass since they need to get back in this game. And that was decent coverage, actually. That was decent coverage. 1st and 10. Doing a nice little pass concept. They get another, like, 20 yards out of it. They're really, all of a sudden, figuring out what they need to do against our defense. As it's not ideal. They're really learning quick. And they're going to run the ball. Mixing it up a little bit. And he's going to get 9 yards from that gain. Got to go back to man blitz. See if we can make them play outside a bit. Force them to get funneled inside. And Benyard is going to be there, and they're going to get gang tackled with Baron Hobson and Gabriel and Garland to bring him down 3rd and inches. I think on 3rd and inches we just go heavy with the press. We send some people. We pinch our line. And we are going to get in there. Free sack. Jordan Miles running straight into the quarterback. Wow, that's a little bit feisty there, Jordan. I like it, though. I mean, that's a rivalry game. We can't be doing nothing. We got to be showing it to them, and because we got to assert our dominance here. Going to kick the ball for the field goal, and we will let that happen. They're going to get 3 points. I don't know why they're even trying to get field goals right now. You're down so many points. You got to go for it or 4th down, man. You got to try to score touchdowns. don't know if it's even physically possible at this point to come back from this deficit this late into the game, but hey, I mean, we'll take it. Backups are in. Benyard is going to get a chance to run the ball again. Going to get a good block set up, and he's going out of bounds for a huge gain. I think we honestly might put Tavares in again just to get him a little bit more running time, since we didn't really use him that much in this game. He had a couple carries. We didn't have a ton of carries, so I think I'll run him for a little bit longer, and then we'll take him out. I think the opportunity, if we get that block, can cut in and cut back, gets 10 yards. Nice pickup. Nice pickup here for Tavares Jones. I mean, he's getting closer and closer to getting another 200-yard game. That's what he's really striving for here. Going to run the ball up the middle, gets 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. We're going to be able to hit the blocks effectively. No, not a shot. Gets absolutely torched immediately. And it is going to be 3rd and 8. It's a passing situation. Can Tykeem beat him over the top? Maybe? Let's see. And I don't know if he overthrew him a little bit, and he just actually underthrew him a bit. It's going to be a punt situation, so unfortunate. I don't know if we're going to end up getting all those 200 yards with Tavares in this game. That is a solid punt. Placement and everything. That bounces out at the 3. Excellent, excellent punt. I think here's one where we go not super aggressive, decently aggressive on this, because we have an opportunity to get basically a quick 3 and out because of field possession. And that is going to be, oh, not a safety somehow. I don't know how it wasn't a safety, but I mean, goodness. 2nd and 12. Going to run the ball, and it's going to be a safety. A second safety in the game. Defense just showing up. Really all completely from the punt. The punt put him in a perfect position. We end up just getting them to get a safety and then immediately get the ball back so we can run the rest of the clock out. I mean, that is pretty much perfect. It was unfortunate with clock management, with not being able to run the rest of the game out. But hey, we'll take that. Can't really beat that. Tavares Jones, though, running just straight up the middle. If he got a slightly quicker step, and I mean, he has a quick step, but slightly quicker, that's a touchdown. Slightly quicker, and it's a touchdown. Going to run with Tavares again. 5 yards away now from getting his 200 yards on the day. That is what we're looking for. We hit the 200 yards. We're pulling them. Going to run the ball. Tavares Jones to the outside, and he's going to get it. That is enough yards for him. 211 on the day. We're going to put the backup in and run the rest of the clock out here. But that will end it. So 88-38, I think. Yeah, 88-38, a 50-point win margin. 37 points in the 3rd quarter is absolutely insane, though. Ethan Vasco was the guy. 513 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's one way to get our average of 350 up there. Really just a complete victory. Defense, fantastic. A lot of couple plays just because we scored so fast on offense. And we scored so fast on defense that we were just non-stop on the defensive side of the ball. So, like, we're just going to give up a lot of points if we're allowing them to have that much time of possession. Looking at the stat, we had 756 yards of offense. That's just completely insane. 5 picks for their quarterback was not great. We had 1 interception, which was a letdown, but we had 7 touchdowns throwing the ball, so that's great to increasing our lead. We're almost up to 30. Actually, we might hit 30. We're pretty close to 30 passing touchdowns on the season. I think he had 22 to start, but he might have had 24. I don't quite remember. I'll have to look at that. Rushing wise, though, 21 carries, 211 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Tavares Jones. Another great day for him. One Kindred getting 36 yards. Gabe Benyard had 21 rushing. Really, Gabe Benyard was the guy receiving. 221 receiving yards from Gabriel Benyard and 4 touchdowns. Insane. Rack of 154. Bohannon also had a great day, having 114 yards. He was money up the seam. Connor Feiner had 96 yards. It's just Christian Moss didn't get too much there. Leacock had a couple catches as well, a couple touchdowns spread around. Defensively, Jim Warren led our team in tackles yet again. 3 TFLs for Tamarius Walker, really playing well lately. Sacks, we had one from Jordan Miles, Donovan Westmoreland, and Garwin Benyard, and 2 picks for Jericho Washington, both pick sixes. And Jam Warren got 2 interceptions, and 1 for Tyler Holland was also a pick 6. Just the defensive touchdowns flying around the field. 21 points from defensive touchdowns. No pass deflections, though, because we weren't dropping the ball. Gotta love it. Jericho Washington, CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. He balled out last week. Wouldn't be surprised if he was the national. He is the national. Let's go. 2 pick sixes, though. Kind of can't beat that. That's a crazy day. Gabriel Benyard, look at him go. Getting CUSA Offensive Player of the Week. He ends up getting the national one, too. That's kind of crazy. Hasn't been up on that board since last year. So Heisman watch. Looks like Tavares Jones jumping back up there to 2nd place again. Getting closer and closer. And look at this conference foe we have up here. Caden Salter, the #1 player for the Heisman. This man's at 99 overall. I am not looking forward to playing against him. Oh, that's going to be fun. Looking at our college football playoff rankings, still not up there at all. Looking at the coaches poll, where are we sitting here? Up to 19th on the season. And in the media poll, we are sitting also at 19th. So, I mean, we're getting votes in other rankings, just not for the college football playoff yet. I think we're going to have to knock off Liberty if we're going to want a shot at the college football playoff. So looking at recruiting, looks like Kiki is gaining the most with us. About to pop into that top 3, and we have a visit planned for 2 weeks from now, so that should be pretty much a lock for us. Geez, so yeah, Emmett Banks is going to commit to Florida. There's no shot that he doesn't. And it's proximity to home for his deal breakers, so there's also no shot that anything else happens for us on that. So, yeah, because we can't even get a visit in time. So that's very unfortunate, but we're just going to have to remove him from the board. So, yeah, I'll take all of the stuff off of him. I'm going to leave him on the board just because I want to end up knowing what his scouting stuff was. I want to know what his dev is. Afterward, I kind of sometimes like to do that with some of these guys that end up verbally committing somewhere else, just so that I can hate myself later, you know. But Tevin Sheets, yeah, we're looking pretty solid over here. I would love for him to pop into that top 5 next week. That would be week 12, and it would give us just enough time to be able to add the visit on for him as well, on to week 13. Because right now we just can't quite do it yet. Pro potential and championship contender are the only 2 things that we know of. So it'll be close. We might actually know what his motivations are too. Well, at this point, I think all we have really left to do is just finish out our scouting. So we ended up putting a bunch of players on the board, scouted a bunch, removed some. We're just going to continue to keep scouting until we can just basically find a bunch of gems. And then we're going to try to go after a bunch of those 3-star gems. So we found a handful of them. This tight end happened to be one of them. Dave Merchant, the right tackle, was. And I think I found a receiver. Yeah, Matt Johnson was the other receiver that we found as a gem. Oh, and Edward Hambrick is a gem. So we found 4 gems so far. And added a bunch of people to the board. And we're just going to keep going after all of them and finding some more gems. Looking back at our schedule, I mean, pretty much has been really manhandling every single opponent on this schedule so far this season, except for Florida International, oddly enough. But we're going up against New Mexico State in our next matchup, and just continuing to play more CUSA matchups, sitting at 9-0, first place in the conference. If we look at the conference standings, we're still basically tied with Liberty. We just happen to have a better home record, so we end up having the tiebreaker over them, even though they're ranked 11th in the country somehow, and we cannot buy a rank at all. So I don't know about that, but it might be up until we play against Liberty. If we end up beating them, maybe we can jump into the ranked spot. But I know Liberty for sure is, last time I checked, they're projected in the college football playoff bracket. Yeah, they're projected to be the 11th seed in the bracket. So if we end up knocking them off, I think that they're just projecting that Liberty is going to be the highest ranked group of 5 conference team. So if we end up beating them, then that should more or less guarantee us a spot. So we'll see how it goes. But a win against them would go a long way. We've been really, really outperforming my expectations this year, sitting at 9-0. I was not at all expecting that we were going to be in a position like that. So we need to keep pushing. But hey, Ethan Vasco up to 2,300 yards passing so far on the season. 29-5 for touchdown interception ratio is a very solid ratio. We're almost to a 6-to-1 ratio. And that's, you can't really ask for better than that. You really, really want that. Got our yards per game up to 255. We got to get it up to 270. I think if I did my math right, 270 is the minimum we need for the B- playing style to no longer be a big factor. So the closer we get to 270, the better we get an opportunity to sway Nathan Leacock to not leave. DeForest Jones, though, just a hair shy of 1,900 yards on the season. He's up to 19 touchdowns as well, still averaging an astonishing 11 yards per carry, which is absolutely insane. And Juan Kindred, look at that, up to 88 carries. So we're doing a decent little split there. I mean, obviously, Tavares is getting a lot more carries, but Juan Kindred, I mean, he's still averaging 5.6. That's a very respectable average for him. Connor Finer here, still leading the team in receiving yards. Don't understand how or why that is the case, but he really is. Still sitting at like 150 more yards than the next guy. Gabriel Bednard shot up to third because of getting 221 yards in the last game. Nathan Leacock leading the team in touchdowns with 8 on his 22 catches. He has 8 touchdowns. That's actually insane. That's a very high percentage. Christian Moss just sitting there at 275 and 30 catches. Just wish he was able to be open a little bit more, and just can't find ways to get him open. Defensively, looking at some of our tackles for loss, we're up to 20 TFLs for Westmoreland. 9.5 sacks for him, 5 for the true freshman Milo Fox. Interception-wise, 8 interceptions. Jericho Washington having himself a season. Jam Warren really coming on strong too, has 5 picks as of late. But guys, that's going to about wrap it up for this video. We'll be playing against the New Mexico State Aggies in our next matchup. But until then, let's check out one of these videos.